We just checked out Pixar's new Inside Out 2. Yay!
Sadness is in the house!
This thing cooked. I loved it. Blaine?
Yeah, this was fantastic. Just as good as the first one, I just want to say.
I don't know if it's as good as the first one, but I do think that I think it does elevate the story in a good and interesting way.
It keeps it going. Like, it doesn't repeat too much. Like, it does everything fresh. It felt really good.
It's still a kid's movie, I think, but it feels more mature. Like they kind of grew up with the audience a little bit because the original one came out 9 years ago, but this one, it feels like they're kind of going up a little bit. Like they could make another one of these and make it even more adult if they wanted to.
100%, I agree. I feel like if you go in as like a 5-year-old, you watch this, half the things will go over your head. You go back, watch it again in 5 years, 6 years, you'll catch so many more things, which I appreciate because I feel like there were even a couple jokes in there that you wouldn't get until you're like even in your 20s.
It felt like Pixar went back to kind of form on this one.
Yeah.
They've had some kind of more dudders recently, but this feels like a good, interesting, sequel that they used to do back in the day of like, oh, this feels like there's something actually to tell here, less than a cash grab, even though this is the highest grossing animated movie opening weekend of all time. But, that there's nothing to say about that.
I mean, I thought it was a safe play with doing another Inside Out, right? Like it's a big IP. They're playing it safe because they've been dying the last couple films, but it held up. Like it did good. I'm not upset at all. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what it was trying to do.
It felt fun and quick too. At the same time, it was only about an hour and a half. I don't feel like it overstayed its welcome. It just knew what it was. It wanted to tell a nice quick story. Bada bing, bada boom, it's out of here.
And it gave you exactly what the first one gave you. Just fun little jokes about how our minds work. And they explored different points of that.
They increase the world, like they make the world feel bigger, as Riley, the girl, gets older, she gets, what was it, her personality or beliefs or whatever they called it?
Yeah, because in the first one it was like a main memories, like major memories, and now it's like a belief system based on all your memories.
But they also
important memories
because she's growing up, which I thought was really interesting at the same time.
So like more and more things, she's gathering more and more information. So she's like forming. It's cool. It's a cool concept. And I thought the new characters were really well balanced with it too. I don't know if all of them were needed. But I didn't dislike any of them.
I did not dislike anybody. There's a lot of characters in this movie to juggle, but I feel like it juggles all the characters in at least a decent way. It felt kind of like a lot of the later Toy Story movies where they've got like so many characters and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But they give all the characters at least like a minute or two to being like, oh, hey, this character needs to be here for this reason, and
they gave the spotlight to the important characters in the right way. And I mean, you can't complain about that.
We did talk about how some of them were recast for financial reasons because the anger role gets a bigger one because Fear and Disgust by Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling did not come back for financial reasons. So you were telling me that they updated some stuff with the characters for the new movie?
Yeah, so since the technology's so old, they had to redesign everything. Like all the old assets don't work because all the software, all the technology they're using it's just better and can't use the old stuff. So if you take the old Inside Out characters and put it next to the new ones, there's subtle differences and they just feel good, the subtle differences, but like they did a really good job of recreating what the original one felt like, but still making it feel better. I don't know how you do that, but it felt really good.
Because you were telling me about some of the clothing updates, but I personally did notice more of like the outlines of the characters.
Yeah.
I noticed that just while watching the movie before you told me.
Yeah, well, there's a couple scenes in it where you just get really close to the character and there's just like an aura coming off of them. And there's just so much more detail to them. It just felt good.
Kind of like an angel glow.
Yeah. And then also they had other characters that were like totally different design than the emotions that just took you out. Like Abstract, they had like a character that was kind of like Blue's Clues style. How they fit it into the art style with it being a different art style is just crazy. And it's just crazy.
They do that in the first movie, which it was fun in the first movie, but I feel like in this one, they really nailed it.
They perfected it.
Even just the scenes themselves, it was more of just like, we're not doing it to do it, but it's more of like a point in the story to do it.
Yeah.
I thought every Abstract scene they did in this was I thought it looked really cool, and I was absolutely invested in it.
Yeah, I mean, they did a whole scene where it was like paper mache and stuff. Like they did some really cool stuff. I think the art was one of the biggest things in this film where the art felt amazing. And that kind of leads me into the point where I was able to be on a cruise right before this came out. And the art director was actually on the cruise.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the art director went on stage and did a whole presentation on all the characters, and then gave us a sneak peek of the film. So some like a couple of the scenes we got to see a little further than the trailer. So it was just a really cool experience. And honestly, I wasn't really that hype until that, because I feel like they dropped the ball a little bit on the advertisement. Am I crazy?
Yes. But at the same time, though, Pixar has also just taken some kind of not as exciting movies recently. So I feel like the Pixar shine has kind of darkened, I guess.
That's fair. Well, either way, I was excited after that, and it was worth it. I thought they held up. I'm glad that it was as good as he made it sound. So that was cool.
Now we're at the point in this video where we're going to give it a Duke if we liked it. We're going to give it a Nuke if we don't like it. And I am personally going to be duking this movie. I think this is really fun. Probably one of the best movies Pixar's made in a fat minute. And I would highly recommend it for fun adults and fun or not fun children, since it's more targeted at children.
I agree. I duke it. It's really good. And I love how my whole theater was full. So
with children.
Yes. Oh. No.
Leave it in.
Lane bought all the tickets.
And he gave them out to all the local children.
Damn it.
Leave it all
Not
in.
true.
This is going to be a great short.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Have you checked out Inside Out Tier? Let us know down in the comments below. Also, check out our other Duke or Nuke videos where we review other movies. Also, check out our other videos where we do a bunch of other fun stuff. And see us back on the next video.
Yes, okay. I think we got it.